Hi, I'm Sherry, and if you're new to me, I love to do makeup videos for women who maybe are first-time makeup beginners later in life, or maybe they've been stuck in a rut for 5, 10, 20 years like I was. Hi, I'm Sherry, and I want to show you a reason that you may want to have an extra eyeshadow brush on hand. Now, I teach eyeshadow for women over a certain age. Again, I'm 54, and these are tips that I learned just in my 50s. And I always teach that you don't need a lot of eyeshadow brushes to create a gorgeous look. But here's one reason you may want to have an extra one on hand. So if you hold on 1 second, I'll start the tutorial. I'm going to talk today a little bit about eyeshadow tools, because if you're in my Eyeshadow 101 course, if you've watched my eyeshadow tutorials, you know I talk about the fact that you don't need a lot of eyeshadow tools to create a beautiful look. For example, and even with colors, like I only have 2 eyeshadow colors on today. Very, very easy to create beautiful eyeshadow looks. But what I want to tell you is you don't need a lot of brushes. You don't need a lot of tools. If you've watched my videos, you know that I often talk about this amazing little gadget for cleaning, quickly cleaning any brushes that you may have. When I'm done, I'll drop a link below so you can find where to get one of these things. It's amazing. But I want to tell you a reason why you may want to have a certain type of eyeshadow brush on hand for really beautiful eyeshadow. So let me introduce myself if you're new here first. Hi, I'm Sherry Dias-Malott with Glam Lashes Galore, and I'm the leading authority for teaching women how to use makeup with confidence, no matter what season of life you're in. I'm 54, and the tips that I come here and I teach you, I've only learned in my 50s because I was stuck in a makeup rut for 20 years. I didn't change a product, I didn't change a color, I didn't even change a lip color. And I was getting through seasons in life that were hard for me, whether it was raising babies with my husband who was in the Navy for 23 years while he was away. I was struggling on my own in very isolated locations away from family. Or, my 40s, I was stuck in a decade of grief over family losses that I had suffered. And so in my 50s, I finally, on my 50th birthday, stopped crying every birthday. If you've ever cried on a birthday because you've lost yourself, or you don't really know who you are, or your identity somehow has slipped away from you as you've been everything that everyone else needed to be, then you are in the right place, because I absolutely understand that. And I believe that if you feel good about the way that you look on the outside, it's connected. It's connected to your heart and your soul and your brain and the energy that you have on the inside. So I'm always here showing bite-sized tutorials that you can implement today, tomorrow, this week with products you may already have on hand. So if you do not already have my free guide, Eyeshadow Shortcuts, to show you the best colors that will work with your eyes, no matter if you have blue or green or brown or hazel eyes, I will also put the link below when I'm done with the video so that you can get the guide to find colors that will just make your eyes pop. So what I want to do is I want to show you, I have all of my makeup done. I've done some mom taxi work today. I've done some other office jobs that I had to do. But I want to show you why you may want to have this extra type of brush on hand. I'm going to, like I said, all of my makeup is done already. I'm going to add a little bit of eyeshadow though to one of my eyes to show you what I'm talking about. I'm just taking a little brush that will hold some shadow, and I'm going to put some extra shadow. Let's just say on this eye, for example, okay? Let me make sure I don't have too much on. Now, I come here and I show you things that I used to do wrong because I didn't know any better. I learned makeup when I was a teenager, but I just kept doing the same things. Or I'd see another female do a makeup thing if we're getting ready together somewhere, and I would think, oh, maybe I'll try that for my routine. And I never really learned how to make things look better, how to look more professional. And I'll be honest, I always used to envy the beautiful women that always seem to work behind the department store makeup counters, they always had the most gorgeous eyeshadow. And for the life of me, I could never figure out how to make my own eyeshadow look that way. And I felt like I had some good makeup skills. I could never learn how to do that. That is what I teach in Eyeshadow 101, how to get makeup that looks professional, how it looks so much better. Now this doesn't look horrible, right? Except that you can see the line, right? You can see where the color stops. There's like a chunk or a block of color. Okay, so when you put a lot of color on, it doesn't look horrible, but here's how you can take your eye makeup, kick it up a notch, make it look more professional, make it look more subdued, because we don't want our makeup to wear us, right? We want to wear our makeup. Our makeup should just accentuate already our features that we have. We want to make our features pop. And especially if you watch my videos, you know the one thing that I say, the one thing to look younger with your makeup is what you're doing in this region right here. That is where most women make the largest amount of mistakes that can make them look 5 years older, maybe 10 years older than they actually are. I don't know about you, when I was 19 or 20, yeah, I wanted to look a little bit older. But at the age of 54, I'm all about looking younger now. I want to rewind the clock. And if you've seen pictures that I've shared here on this page, I look younger now at 54 than I did in my 40s, and even I'm going to say in my late 30s. And a lot of these makeup tips I share with you here, and I share a lot of them in my course Eyeshadow 101. What you want to have is an extra brush on hand that is fluffy, that is clean, because if it has product on it already, it's going to completely defeat the purpose. A clean, fluffy, very loose bristle brush like this. Take your fluffy brush, and after you apply your shadow, you can go in and make sure that you don't have these lines here, right? Make sure that just by going, and look how I'm holding the brush. I'm holding the brush at the end. I'm not holding it up here. When you hold a brush up toward the front of it, it's putting more pressure. It's putting more direct color concentration in an area. This is great if you want to accentuate your crease of your eye, or maybe around the lid of your eye, or in the corner, or even under your eye. Do something like this. But if you want to just very lightly smooth out something, this will make such a difference. And already it's looking more professional. Now here's one more tip for you. If you take your color too high on your lid, this is my amazing gadget. I'm going to show you how great it is for taking product off a brush. Just like that, it's taking it all off. You can take just a skin tone pressed face powder or foundation powder. Make sure you dust any off, and you can place it. I'm just pushing this into my skin right on my upper lid here, under my eyebrow. And you can do this, and this is going to fix any kind of eyeshadow problem that you may have. If you need to blend it out more, if you need to make it look more natural. I sometimes rush through my makeup. Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Sometimes I will do other tasks until the last minute for when I need to get ready, and I don't allow myself enough time to do all my makeup. And so I'm always making mistakes, and therefore I have come up with so many different fixes for makeup mistakes, and this is one that I love. If you mess up with your makeup, don't take it all off. Just go in and use one of my makeup hacks and fix it, and then you're good to go. Run out the door. No need to delay or be late. Just fix your makeup from there, and it works really well to give you a natural look. But having an extra fluffy, super loose blending brush is a great way to make sure that you don't have lines, that you have very smooth, that your eyeshadow looks blended and it looks like it's part of you. It doesn't yell, and I think Facebook shows me pictures when I started changing my makeup right around 50 and 51, and I started trying different eyeshadow looks. And it was better than it was, but now I look back and I think, wow, I have changed a lot just in the last few years. I'm getting so much better every year. And so I know by experience, by habit of doing this, that little tiny changes in your makeup routine add up over time. Add a new tip this week, add a new one next week. Try some of these. Not all makeup tutorials and tips will work with every person, but these eyeshadow tips are excellent, and I know that you can implement them into your own schedule, whether you use more neutral type colors or you use deeper colors like plums and cranberries and oranges and charcoals and everything. Whatever the colors are, you can make them look more naturally applied to your own skin so that when they last longer, they last you all day, but also they accentuate your eyes. You do want people to see your eyes. You don't want them to be focusing on your eyeshadow. If you look down at your dinner plate or whatever you're doing and people notice, wow, her eyeshadow looks beautifully blended and so smooth and everything, that's another thing. They can notice it then, but when they're talking to you, they should look at your eyes. They should be able to connect with you when you're making eye contact. It's a little hard now. We're all wearing masks, right? All we have when we're interacting with people, if you're in big public places, is looking at eyes and making eye contact with people. So I'm all about playing up the eyes, and specifically, whatever you're doing in this region, I want to come here and show you how to do it so that you look younger, and feel better about yourself no matter what your age is. I often talk about my sweet mom. She lives on the other side of the country. I miss her so much. But when we get together, my mom is 82, and my mom is still tweaking and changing and trying new things in her own makeup routine. And so I'm here to tell you, you're never too old. Whatever age you are is the perfect age to start doing things differently. And as we get older, we start realizing different things happen with our own face, with our own skin, right? As hormones come and go, we start noticing difference in the elasticity, in hair growth, in eyebrow growth or lash growth. If you're going through any kind of cancer treatments, you notice that you may lose some of those things. So there are so many stages in our life that we can go through, and there's so many ways that we can overcome how we feel about that stage, that season in our life. I'm a big believer that putting on makeup and showing up on the outside helps us to show up on the inside also. It gives us energy. It gives us strength. It gives us confidence. It makes us feel better about ourselves again. And I think that is an amazing, amazing thing. I love to share my inspiration, my encouragement with other women. And I'm so thankful that you're here. I hope that if you know someone else who loves makeup, that you will send this to them. And again, when I'm done, I will show you where you can find this little gadget. And also, I will share the information if you want your own free guide for eyeshadow shortcuts below. If you have any questions, drop them below and I'll be jumping on to answer them in just a little bit. And if you have makeup tutorials that you would like to see, tell me what you would like to see. What would help you through your own makeup routine? I love to come here and create videos that are specifically requested by viewers. Thank you so much for watching. You guys, I hope you're having a fantastic week, and I'll chat with you later. Bye.